Okay, so I'm going to kind of do one of these for you for your Doppler Shift of Galaxies lab. As you can see, there's a whole bunch, so I'm going to do this first one, and then you got to do the rest and answer the questions on the back. For number 5, we talked about it today or yesterday, depending on what class you're in the slideshow. Okay, so check your notes for that if you're stuck. Alright, so I'm going to look at this. It says color in each of the 6 blank. I have the directions behind me, by the way. So step 1 says color in each of the 6 blank spectra on your lab sheet to show the colors of the visible spectrum. Use the data table below to see where each color should go on the spectra. Alright, so here I could kind of show you, but oh, never mind, the camera's not moving. If you're looking at the directions though, it says violet is 390 to 455. So I'm going to start at 390, go to 455. And these count by tens, by the way. Alright. So I'm going to color it in. Boom. Next one, blue, 455 to 492. Or sorry, 455 to 492. 455 to 492. Probably like right there somewhere, right? I know you're all going to complain about how much coloring this is, but I did this whole lab yesterday. The whole thing. It probably took me a half hour even doing the questions on the back, and you know, so I'm giving you 40 minutes. Green, 492 to 577. So 550, 60, 77 is probably there, right? Green, yellow goes to 597, which is probably right around there. Oh, yellow's kind of a small little chunk here. Orange goes to 622, 610, 620, 622 is probably right there. Alright, what's last? Is red goes to 700. Alright, so that part's done. So the next step, I can't actually scroll on the directions while I'm filming, but I believe the next step is to label the UV and let me try it. Step 2, energy with a wavelength of less than 390 is called ultraviolet. So you could just write UV there if you know what that stands for. And more than 700. I know the directions say 780. It's supposed to say 700. And this is infrared. You could write IR if that helps. Alright. Now, the last part I'm going to do for you is it gives me a whole bunch of numbers. So I'm on the standard spectrum, right? And if I'm looking at my directions, oh, that's upside down. If you look, it says standard spectrum, 420, 450, 530, 640, and 656. So let's go back to the lab here. So what I'm going to do is draw a line at each of those spots. So 420, that's 410. Alright, so you got to try to make it, defined. If you want, you can use a Sharpie for this too. I have a couple you could ask me. So 450. 530. 640. And 656. So 650, a little more than halfway, is 656. Alright, so you're going to do the rest. What I just did for this one, you are going to do for all of these, and then answer these questions. And thank you to this person for making this lab. I think it's a great lab. Alright, sounds good.